Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Chow, Dr. Eric Chow from Louis University. I'm a adjunct professor over there. Today, I would like to talk about how to take computer science courses, especially for the online courses, because recently we have the COVID-19, the pandemic, and life has been changed a lot. A lot of students are forced to take online courses, and teacher cannot be in person to give the in-person classes, and students are forced to take online course. And it is the trend to move all of the programming courses to be online, and it's more efficient to do that way. So a lot of students who get used to take the physical classes, they may not be able to adapt themselves to the new environment. So in this lecture, in this video, I try to talk about how to take the online computer science courses and what's the key point and which part is more important and what should be avoided. The first thing is lecture. A lot of lecture being moved to be online, and you may not see your professor, and some classes like the UC classes, they are really big, maybe more than 1,000 students. So it is very difficult for you to ask any question. And if you have time, you talk to some TA. So, and sometimes the TA may also only give you the room session for the discussion. So lecture is limited right now. So the best thing that you need to do is you need to learn the syntax and the key design example and design patterns from the lecture. And whether it's a recorded course or it is a Zoom course or it is a physical course, right now, actually, it doesn't make too much difference, because usually in a lecture, it only covers the basic concept and also only cover the syntax. So the main idea here in the lecture is to teach you the key idea in the language or in the course. And then what you need to do is you must understand it. So you may take some notes, but for myself, I have some slices online to help students to study. So would require you to take minimum amount of the notes. So for me, I usually provide a course image on the Moodle or on the Blackboard. So over here, you may find the tool, you may find some reference material, and you may also find the slices of the course. Say, for example, this is lecture 1, we may have a slice, and we give you the slice. So after class, you actually can review the material. And sometimes I also provide a video. So you can go over the different video and download this slices to study. And the key point right here is, in the lecture, you must try your best to understand what the teacher or instructor is trying to say. And that's more important. So don't take too much note if you are attending the lecture. And after class, you look at the video, especially if the video is provided, you take note at that time. And we also give you the sample code. The sample code you should download, and then you try to run it. And these are different sample code usually is the example used in the lecture. And sometimes I also have the in-class demo, and you should also download those different things to study. And I may also provide you the study guide or sometimes even the textbook chapters, and you should read it. You should also read it. And in these lectures, you should, after class, take notes. Okay, and the key things that you need to learn is the syntax of the language or the key idea of the course. And then you may learn some design patterns. So you need to pick up the key examples of design patterns. And those are very important, and you need to practice them even if you finish the lecture. And after that, you study the material and take quiz. And when you take quiz, you must study before you take the quiz. So don't just jump into the problems. And we provide you maybe the study material or textbook. You should study it and take the quiz. Okay, quiz, the key point for quiz is to review the syntax, or course material that we have. So very important thing is for you to go over and study those different materials. Okay, and after that, we may have coding practice. So you should work on these different coding practice problem, and they may have unit review problem as well, but basically work on the coding practice. And we also provide you some coding practice, for example, like coding back in some courses. We do provide you the coding back practice. So that portion, we'll talk about it in this coding practice session. So coding practice. You should find some good source for you to do practice, and then must follow good practice routine. From simple problem to difficult. Don't try the most difficult problem. You got frustrated and you may not want to continue. So try to start from simple, gradually adding the difficulty. That is very important for your practice. And we do that, for example, like AP course we have, AP Computer Science A course we do use the coding bed as our main practice source, problem source. And struggling is good, okay? Struggling is good. Don't try to copy from internet. Don't take any shortcut that cannot help you. And also, it will take away your opportunity to learn. But if you struggle for a long time, and it is okay to read other people's code or not, I would say yes. If you really struggle for 2 days, 3 days on a problem and still cannot solve it, it is okay. You will read other people's code, try to understand how to solve it. But after that, you should rewrite the same program and rewrite so many times until you don't need to refer to any other source. And during the practice, you should also take notes. Take notes for what are the key ideas and how to solve the problem, and what are the reference material you already referred to. So number one, struggling is good. And during the practice, you may need to take notes, or you may draw something. And you should actually try to refer to different sources, trying to learn while you are practicing. The key point is you can reference internet for the basic definition of a function, but do not copy the answer to the coding practice site and just copy and paste. It doesn't help you to do any coding practice. Next one is project. Okay, finish the coding practice. And coding practice usually are focused on single function. Okay, single function, and they have unit tests and give you test pattern to test it. But that's not enough. You also need to work on the project. So project usually means bigger program, and which is more than a few functions or classes. And project should have a goal, a complete design, and a complete software. So right here we have a few different projects, say multi-page responsive website design, existing website template, small JavaScript game. These are different type of the project you can work on. And you learn the course, you should apply your knowledge to the projects. And you may need to go into some project design cycles, trying to refer to some design, trying to learn some knowledge, also trying to talk to people in order to write some project. And after project, next one is hackathon. Hackathon is you learn some knowledge now. It is time to put it into some product. So hackathon is for rapid product prototyping. And usually there is a scene topic. So you need to learn how to tell story based on your project. And you need to learn front-end design, back-end design, database design, and all kinds of design. You need to put those knowledge together into a product. So coding is very important. Presentation is very important. Some hackathon also give you some workshop. So hackathon is the time to apply your knowledge that you learn from certain course into product development. And this one is a famous UC Berkeley Kale Hacks. And every year they have more than 2,000 people participating in the Kale Hack. And each team may have 1 to 4 people, and they code together, sleep together, and eat together. And this is the scene of the hackathon. Some people may be sleeping, some people coding, some people talking, some people actually sharing, doing the design of the interfaces. And the scene maybe is chaotic, but they do have a goal to achieve. And that's very important for you to learn coding. If you don't apply your knowledge to a real world domain, your knowledge is not really useful. So that is very important. So this lecture, I do cover different aspects of programming and how to take computer science courses. And usually it is from lecture, quiz, and coding practice project. Okay, these are content for a course. And usually hackathon is something that you do after the course. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.